Chancellor Johnson here at Texans training camp with Brevin Jordan. Mr. Jordan, welcome back, good sir.
Appreciate you, Mike.
Absolutely. I want to go back to last year. When you think about when you found out the news, to the months you spent grinding, to now right here, sweating, just got off the field, grinding out with your guys again, how would you kind of describe the feeling to be back out on the field with your boys?
It's just ultimate gratitude, you know what I mean? Just being in a season of isolation, being by myself completely, away from the team, not traveling to any home games or away games, just being at home, coming here doing rehab was tough. It was tough on the mentals, it was tough on my faith. It tested my emotions with my family, and it was a hard time, bro, but just in this current moment, it's just nothing but gratitude.
You said that you relied a lot on God as you were sitting on the sidelines and the game that you love got taken away from you. What did God reveal to you?
Man, God reveals that He is present. I found a new church home. I started going to Blueprint, led by Pastor Matt and Pastor Fowler. That's an unbelievable church, and just to be able to go through that season where it was so dark and there was no light at the end of the tunnel, and then I get introduced to a new family, a new church home. It was unbelievable. I tithe there. I go there every Sunday. I listen to the word every Tuesday when it drops on YouTube. That's my church family. It was awesome.
Absolutely. And I know you have Keep Going Every Day tatted on you. You got a lot of tats. How many do you have?
Man, I don't know, bro. I got my whole leg.
You lost count?
Yeah, my whole chest, whole arms, whole back. Sure. I'm done with tattoos.
I am curious, which one means the most to you personally?
Yeah, my back tattoo. It's a portrait of Jesus Christ on the cross. So that's my foundation, man. Everybody sees the front, everybody sees all the success, but really the man driving it, steering it for me is the man on my back.
Obviously, you talked about how tough it was to work back, and people aren't in the room with you when you're grinding away like that. What would you say is maybe the toughest part, whether it's mentally or physically, that you had to overcome throughout this process?
It was really just being by myself, man. I don't have any family here, so I'm really here by myself. I come to work and I go home. I got a dog now. I got a French bulldog, but
what's his name?
Turbo.
Okay.
That's my guy. But other than that, man, it's just being by yourself. Trying to pass time, trying to figure out ways to just keep going in a positive state without feeling in a state of stagnant and just not doing anything.
Well, let's go back to football now. Talking about your OC, Nick Caley. What was the moment, whether in the meeting room or whether out on the field, where you're like, you know what, I like this guy?
Yeah, man, he texted me pretty early on when he got hired, and I think that first text, honestly, like.
What do you say? Can you share?
It was just more like I'm fired up to work with you. I'm fired up to to get this thing going. It was just one of those things where he was just kind of introducing himself to me. But I think that very first text, I was just fired up. I looked when D'Amico hired him and we hired him as our OC. I looked up his resume and saw a lot of the tight end stuff. So I was already hyped enough. And then when I got the text from him and he said, let's get this thing going, I was pretty juiced.
Absolutely. From your play caller to your signal caller, CJ Stroud, I feel like there's a narrative that last year was a quote-unquote down year. What's something that, as you were sitting on the sidelines, you watched that you feel like maybe he didn't get enough credit for in his sophomore season?
Yeah, man. I mean, everybody says it was a down year because of how good he was his rookie year. Like, he set the bar so high. And what people have to understand is he's still learning, too. He's only 23, 24 years old. Like, he's a young man still. And as athletes, we're all growing every day in all aspects of our game. Like, you look at a guy like Tom Brady, he didn't stop trying to figure out ways to get better. Or a guy like Peyton Manning, they figure out ways to uplift their game. So I think just in the state of CJ and our whole team, man, everybody didn't look at it like a down year. Like, it wasn't our standard to what we played up to. We were expecting to go to the Super Bowl, and we fell short of that. So that's why everybody will say it was a down year.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to have a little fun for this last one, all right? So I'm going to have you build your own or your ideal tight end, all right?
Nice.
In history.
Nice.
Right? So that had to be playing currently.
Nice.
So I'm going to go through them. Give me blocking for a tight end.
Blocking for a tight end. Who's a really good blocking tight end?
A lot of people like to credit George Kittle.
I would say George Kittle, but I don't want to say George Kittle. George Kittle is, I feel like there's somebody. All right, I'll do George Kittle for now. Just do George Kittle.
Okay, all right. How about hands?
Hands, Antonio Gates.
A lot of receptions there.
Yep.
Hall of Famer.
Yep.
Route running.
Route running, Travis Kelce.
Okay. Speed.
Speed, Vernon Davis.
I thought you might say yourself.
Nah, Vernon Davis. Vernon Davis.
Size.
Size, Tony Gonzalez.
Okay. And the last one, ability after the catch.
Brevin Jordan.
I like that. So you put that type of player all together, what's the stats look like for a year?
Oh, man. That's 200 catches, 1,900 yards, at least 14 touchdowns, at least, bro. At least.
Sounds good. Appreciate it, Brevin.
Appreciate you, my guy.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. All right.